Hello, everyone. For some reason, my phone just came up with a message that says, recording video while multitasking with multiple apps may result in lower. I didn't think I was multitasking, but oh well, we'll see. Hopefully this will come out okay. Well, I'll give you all a few minutes to get on, and I will share this with my group in case somebody is looking for it there instead of on my page. This week we've been doing Halloween. This one is not Halloween, but I was inspired by a card I got from my friend Patience. This is the card she sent me. I thought it was so pretty that I decided to make my own version of it. And you will be surprised. Let me grab the paper real quick. What a difference a little bit of coloring does to it. Let me find a bigger piece than that. There we go. I want to show you what this looked like before we did anything to it. Hey, buddy. All right, so let me get this shared to my group. There we go. That was relatively painless that time. So this is the, hang on, I forgot the name. Rustic Harvest paper. So it's beautiful paper. Two-sided. This makes really beautiful cards. You can just take this, add a sentiment, and it's gorgeous. But it's two-sided, and usually when they have paper like this, one side is more generic that you could use for anything, and then one is the theme. So this is like a fall themed. This one's got all sorts of gourds, some nice rust and leaves, so you could color these leaves too. That would be pretty green, and then a plaid. So this is the paper that we used. Like I said, my friend Patience gave me this card, sent me this card, and I just thought it was so pretty. And what she did is she took this paper, which is beautiful by itself, and colored it with her blends. But look what a difference that makes to the paper. It's just beautiful. So that's what I did, but I just changed it up a little bit just to play. So we'll make that here in a couple minutes. Before we get started with that, last week we made this pretty Christmas card. So somebody will win this, and I know who, and I will announce it at the end of this video. Sorry, I can't talk and do things at the same time. Well, I guess I can stamp and talk, can't I? Okay. I'm about ready to get with it here. And another thing I want to be sure and remind you of, there's not too much time left on this. So if you are thinking about joining Stampin' Up, now is a great time to do it. So we have something called the starter kit. And the normal starter kit is $125 worth of merchandise for $99, which is a great deal. And then free shipping on that order, on that starter kit. And then you get to save at least 20% for at least the next 3 months. Right now, they've got a special going on just through Monday. So just through the 31st, you get $155 worth of product for $99 free shipping. Let me grab... Yay, these are right here for a reason. I didn't even know it. So, there is a new... Oh, well, my flyers aren't right here. Okay, well, I'm not sure. Oh, I bet they're right there. Anyway, with the starter kit, you can get anything you want, up to $155. What happened to my video? Is it still going? It says it is. It looks weird on my phone all of a sudden. It looks like it went sideways. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm not sure what happened. I looked away, I looked back, and now it looks all different. I don't know what it's doing. We will do our best to continue on. Okay. Starter kit, you can get whatever you want. Right now, $155 worth of product for $99. It looks okay still on my laptop, so we're gonna keep going. Another perk of being a demonstrator is that you get to buy things early. So there's a new product that's like a preview, and they've done this before where something that's coming out in an upcoming catalog, they put it out a couple months early, and you can buy it early as a customer. They usually have some extras that you won't be able to get once the catalog goes live. So right now they have something called flowering. Let me see if I can find if it's right here, I can grab it real quick. Yay, it's right here. Fitting florets. So this is something that will be available to customers November 1st. But if you decided you wanted to join Stampin' Up, you could get this as a part of your starter kit. Yeah, because the whole thing is $97.50. So you'd still have $58 or $57.50 to spend. It is beautiful. So it has a stamp set and a die. So this bundle and this paper will be available. I'm trying to make sure I stay in frame here. With the spring mini catalog. But for November, let's see, is it through December? Yes, so until the new catalog comes out, so November 1st through January 4th, they also have these swirl, what do they call them? Gold adhesive back swirls and a Christmas stamp set. So, let me show you these swirls. So we played with these in my team meeting last night. So here's the swirls. And let me see if I can get them. See, they got they're kind of swirly. They're really pretty. And the paper is beautiful. Gorgeous colors. Just beautiful florals. And again, on the back, something more neutral that you could use, anytime. And I'll show you the cards we made. I think I'll show those to you at the end. Aren't they beautiful? They're just gorgeous papers. We made a Christmas card with that one. So really pretty papers. And then, I don't have any room left over here. So the bundle that will be available later is this stamp set. And, okay, good. Betty says it looks the same on her side. And these dies. And so these cut out frames. And like this one cuts out the outside and the inside. And you'll see when I show you the cards at the end of the video what I mean. So you end up with a pretty, embossed outside and then a plain oval inside. Some fun greenery. These cut out the stamped images. Those ones. And then this is another beautiful frame. So we played with those. And then the other thing that's only available while supplies last, they have it scheduled to be available until January 4th, but if they sell out, there won't be any more. And that is this framed and festive. And these are really fun sentiments. I love the mixed font. They're nice and big, so they're great. But they've got some Like this Merry Christmas is not too big. So this is really a fun set. So we used a couple of these, and then we used a couple from this bundle. So I will show you those at the end if I can remember. They're right here, so surely I will. So if you love this and you would like to get it and another 50, whatever I said, dollars worth of stuff for $99, then this is a great deal. So if that's something you're interested in, just let me know and I can give you more details. All right, I think it's time to stamp. I'm glad you guys are still seeing it okay, because it looks really strange to me, but I'm glad it still looks good to you. All right, so I did do a little bit of work ahead of time, and I colored most of them. You will see, and I'll probably have to use my small end, I need to order new pumpkin pie blends because my light pumpkin pie blend is a mess. And I was having trouble. Yeah, you will. So this is the brush tip, and I don't know if I used it to, you know, whack on something and that made it do that, or if I used it to, I don't know. I don't know what I did. Yeah, we're going to use, because I'm going to get it all over the place. We'll use the small end. Normally I would use the brush tip end on this because it's a bigger space. But because I need a new one, we'll just use our finer tip. So what's nice about this is with the black background, if you get a little bit out of the edge, oh, it looks like it's running out of ink too. I think we can get enough out of it though. So if you go out of the edge or if it bleeds out, it won't matter because it's the black background and you won't see it. So that's the light pumpkin pie. And then on the leaves, I used light old olive. And I think these are the colors that Patience used. I think she told me that. So light old olive. There's a couple more over here. Oh, I need to do that pumpkin too, don't I? And then, that's all the leaves. For the stem, it's light crumb cake. It's just amazing what a difference that makes. I mean, the paper, like I said, the paper is beautiful without the coloring, but the coloring really adds to it. I forgot this pumpkin over here. There's a little bit of one right there. Oh, and there's a little bit of one right here. There we go. So there's our gorgeous paper all colored. We can put our blends away. But then just to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to get my trimmer out. And this is a 3x3 inch piece of paper. And I will post on my blog after this. I'll put all the dimensions for this card. So you don't need to worry about writing anything down now. But this is 3x3. So each one of these is going to be 3/4 of an inch. So that will evenly divide up our 3 inches to 4 3/4 of an inch strips. Now, you do want to try and keep them in order because you want it to look like a picture when you're done. So I'm just going to lay these over here in order. I'm done with that. And then because, oh, we do have a little bit of stamping to do. Yeah, very small, just a sentiment. And this sentiment, well, here, let me stamp it first and then I'll show you where I got it. So I'm stamping it with Memento. And it's always a challenge to do this straight when you're not right over it. So I did it with Memento. That picks up the black in the background of the paper. Also shows up well. That sentiment came from the Sending Smiles stamp set. So you could put with it sending a note of thanks, but it also works just by itself. All right, and then I did grab my scissors I just did a little banner end. That's a little bit long. And the end of it. So if you've never seen this before, an easy way to do a banner cut is you just cut a little in the middle, and then you just cut from each corner to that middle part that you cut. And that's it. Now you have a pretty banner cut. All right. So before we start putting our lovely pumpkins on there, this is a piece of old olive, and I used the stitched greenery die, and it just pokes holes. Hopefully you can see that, yeah. It just pokes holes in it in a leaf pattern. So before we start putting everything else together, I want to do this first. So I've got my washi tape, and I'm just going to lay it down here along the bottom, but I want it to stick out. Let me do just a little bit more. Washi tape is nice. You can kind of pick it up and move it over. Yeah, so I want some to stick out from the bottom, from the edge of my sentiment. And so I'm going to just tear it off and wrap it around the back. So now we're ready to put this on our card. So this is a piece of crumb cake. Again, I'll put all the dimensions on my blog. And because of all the little holes, I decided to use my Stampin' Seal. I was afraid if I used the liquid glue that some of the glue would seep through the holes. So I just used my Stampin' Seal. Put that on our card base. So next week somebody will win this card. And then I decided I wanted my pumpkins, and I think Patience did this on hers too. Wherever I put hers. It's around here somewhere, but I think she put hers up on dimensionals too. Yeah, here it is. Well, and it just gives it some extra dimension. And I really liked it up like that. So we're going to do the same thing here. And you'll notice you want to be sure that you have something protective underneath of it when you're coloring, because those blends will bleed through. Especially on designer series paper like this, it's a little bit thinner than cardstock, but it will bleed through the cardstock too. So I'm just going to take this and put this towards the top, in the middle, and I'll just do that with each one, just leaving a little bit of space. In between each one. So the trick is a little bit of space so you can see that it's separate, but then it still kind of makes it look like a big picture. All right, there's that one more. And we'll have all of our pumpkins on. So think how fun it would be to do that leaf paper. You could use all sorts of fall, and you could do the same thing with that, with that paper too. And then I decided to go ahead and put my sentiment up on dimensionals also over that washi. Whoops. And I'm just lining that up against the edge of the old olive. And there you go. That's it. So pretty quick and easy card, especially if your blends aren't all messed up like mine was. It will be much quicker. But I thought it was so pretty, and I loved the one that Patience sent me. Was so sweet, so I decided to make one for myself. So somebody will win this card next week. For everybody that comments on this video will be in the drawing. I know, Betty, aren't they gorgeous? They're so pretty. So let me show you what we made in my team meeting last night with that new fitting florets. So when I made the first card, I'll kind of do this in order. This is the first card I made, and that paper looked like it could be Christmassy, like mistletoe. So I needed a red ring and a white center. So I had to cut one out of red because it's all one die, one out of red and one out of white. And then I added some pearls, and then we colored the flowers. The flowers have Wink of Stella on them, which never really picks up very well on camera. And we colored the leaves and the little berries with our blends and the centers of the flowers. So that was the first card. So when I was done with this one, I had an inside red, which I saved all those I can use, but I also had an outside ring of white. I was like, I bet I could put that with some designer series paper and come up with something. So this is the second card I created. So I cut another of that die out of the designer series paper. And then these are some of the greenery dies that are in there. One of the sentiments, and then just some of the soft succulent ribbon. Just made a little bow. So then, guess what I was left with then? I was left with an outside ring of the floral. I was like, I wonder if I can make a card with that. So then I made this one. And I decided to stop there and not keep cutting more ovals and making more cards. So I just used the outside ring, put a little ribbon on it, stamped the sentiment, and cut it out by hand. And used that same stitched greenery just for some extra texture. And then I decided, well, I need to make one more Christmas card with this. And I wanted to use the other frame. So this is what I made for the Christmas card. So this uses that gold glimmer paper and the lights. I forgot what that designer series paper is. Wait, I think I have it right here. Lights Aglow. So it's got some beautiful papers in there. And then there are the little swirly things and some ribbon. So this one is so sparkly in person. That gold glimmer paper is really hard to even pick up. And you can kind of see it is so sparkly. So I had a lot of fun playing with these, and it's fun to have that nice Christmas font too. All right, that is it for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will get the measurements to the card on my blog shortly, and I will see you all next week. Bye.